We all know that last year you did something cool. But honestly, I don't even remember what it was.
We're headed into the sea of monsters. You sure you're okay to do this?
Let's go do the impossible.
Well, the first day was, it was a scene where I fall out of bed and I hit my face in the ground, and there was just one shot where they didn't end up using it, so, but you know, they replaced the floor with plexiglass, and I had to like roll out of bed and then fall and hit my face on it. But the way I was doing it, like I wasn't really hitting my face that hard, so they were like, you know, it looks a little funky, you kind of have to land, like, you know, with your face and your body at the same time. And at the same time, I had to keep my eyes closed. So I was like, okay, you know, it's the first day. I hadn't acted in like a year and a half, so I just sent it. And I just like came down head first, right onto the plexiglass. I mean, it looked great, but I had like a giant goose egg on my chin for that entire day, and for like the week after. So that was a really fun first, and then they didn't use the shot.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Last day?
Last day, I'm not even sure. I mean, we kind of filmed a lot of the last day was a lot of pickups, I think, and like a little like inserts from different sets that we needed on the stage. Yeah. So it wasn't like a huge, you know, finale scene. Mm-hmm. It was kind of just like picking up everything that we kind of missed.
It was fun. Like we all had different. Like the last day was just kind of like a catch-all. Like we're gonna get something from episode 6 and episode 8 and episode 2, and we just kind of like did everything on the last day. And it was funny because we all had different things to do, so we all rapped at different times, and we each like kind of had to give like a goodbye speech. Not had to, but you know, they would always just like give us a microphone.
Not had to, but you had to.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And we all just like 30 minutes after another, like made the same speech, and we were like, guys, thank you so much, bye. And then we would just hang around set waiting for the other guys to rap, which is just really funny now that I think about it. But
right. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Did you keep going?
No.
Did you say your first day?
I don't really remember what my first day was.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, thank you.
Do you guys remember what my first day of production was?
I don't.
Your first day, was it like
Dream camp?
Was it your first? Wait, was your first day when you fell off the edge, like in the beginning of the first scene? Is that your first day? And if it's not your first day, you could talk about that scene.
My first day of production was probably in the jungle. I want to say, I can't remember because it was like, I don't know, I feel like I was just like in bits and pieces of the season, and so it's like, I just have like random bursts of memories. But I think my first day of production was probably in the jungle, which was a ton of fun. It was cool. It was like really weird seeing the season open with that shot of me. But yeah, the jungle was a ton of fun to film in.
That's good. My first day, well, actually starting out, I mean, I know we're talking about the second season, but in the third season, that's my first time filming on the first day of filming. Like, I've always filmed like 4 days after they start or something. But my first day was actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think my first day was actually when we were running in the woods away from the Laestrygonians. That one was fun. It was kind of
so hot.
Yeah, it was
so hot.
It was burning hot. First of all,
Yeah, dude, it was so hot.
It's always the days where it was really. It's always the days where it's really hot that you're in the jacket, and the days where it's really cold that you're in the t-shirt.
Exactly, like you're in like nothing, and like pouring rain is on you, but it was also kind of not awkward, but it was kind of hard because I also had to run that day, and I haven't like ran since like I was in track, like, and that was months before then when I was in school. And it was kind of hard to get back into it though, but it was fun because we had to all that prep and everything, and then just to come back and film all over again with the people from, you know, like set and everything that you haven't seen like a year. It's nice to see it again. And my last day, honestly, like we were all like there on the last day and things. I like how they had us all there on the last day and not just like, oh, you gotta come in and like watch them say bye. And it was great. I think that was the best part of it, just being around everyone and just saying bye.
The first day we were on set was the first day of filming. It's the scene in episode 1 where Walker wakes up from a dream and falls out of bed. And my biggest memory of that is that even though that's only 1 second, maybe, in the show, Walker spent all morning falling out of bed, over and over and over. He probably did that fall 50 times. And I know he was tired of it at the end. It's like, let's go again. Bam! The last time we were on set, gosh, I don't remember. One of the final days I was on set was filming Circe's Island. And I remember that we had animals on the set because Circe has lots of animals. There was a parrot, which you can see in the scene when you get to that episode. The parrot was not cooperating because it would speak when it wasn't supposed to. So the director would call, roll it, and the parrot would say, hello! And it was very difficult for the crew, I think.
Episode 8, there's like it's kind of a finale. I mean, the battles and a couple of the shots in the trailer, but that whole sequence was like insane. That was like, I think that was both like the most remarkable and the most challenging, because it was like, we're all on this hill, it's like freezing cold, we're all wearing armor, and you know, there's these massive fights going on, and there's like, I mean, there's gotta be at least like over 100 like stunt guys and girls like fighting around us, and like adjusting every little move to like us and where the camera is and fighting around it, and
they're also full sending it every single time, even though they're like half of their body is maybe in shot some of the time.
Oh yeah, they go for it.
Yeah, every single time.
And also, mind you, they have to be very quiet, and I feel bad sometimes because it's like oh, like don't say anything and stuff, and they can't like make like the grunting noises or kind of breathe loud, so they're doing all these crazy stunts without like like they have to be super quiet, and I think that's like a really good talent as well from them. Even though I don't know how we got the stunts, but yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think for me, I think it kind of goes one and the same. I think the chariot races were huge. It was like I mean, I've never shot a scene that's lasted that long. Most scenes you kind of shoot half a day, couple days max. This was like 2 weeks. And that was like plus like 2 or 3 weeks of like kind of stunt only shooting that they did as well. So it was just so intensive. So you'd be working for like hours on just like a single little piece, and they'd be dragging us along with like these massive like trucks that were attached to the chariot, so that we didn't actually have to, like, the horses weren't in danger. And then we'd be doing like fight sequences on top of these things. We're like buckled in. They have like these cables that attach to your waist. And so you're having to do like they just dance around each other, but also like it's very difficult because like you're kind of like lines kind of keep on wrapping around the other person that you're working with, and it's very, very fast but kind of jerky, so you're trying to balance out. But in terms of the actual work, so that was just like on a technical basis probably one of the most difficult parts. But also just such a memorable experience. I mean, just incredible, and the way that it looked after was just, a dream come true.
Yeah.
I think for me, one of like the most rewarding but also most challenging days was there was one day where the first half of the day was like current Luke, and I won't say like what the scenes were, but the first half of the day, like, you know, I'm waking up before dawn, going to set, and it was current Luke, and that was like a big kind of a long, intense scene. And then the second half of the day, I had to transition into young Luke for the flashbacks, and it ended up being like a 16-hour day or something, and I definitely had to have a few energy drinks, but it was just such a great day, and like it was, you know, a challenge to go from current Luke into young Luke, but so much fun. And shout out to Andrew McElroy, our amazing acting coach, for helping me with that. I couldn't have done it without him.
Yep. Yeah. Andrew deserves a trophy for real.
Yeah.
We should get him a trophy.
We should get him a trophy.
We should.
Oh my gosh. Let's order one on Etsy. Anyway, sorry. I think my the most challenging as well as the most rewarding and like remarkable, it all happened in the Ironclad for me, like those 2 weeks. because also on top of it just being like extremely emotionally intense and like long days, I didn't have these guys like with me. So it was really like for like maybe like 2-ish weeks, just me and all like my undead like Navy men. And it was very, very like emotionally intense, like without having the support system. But I did have Andrew with me. So he really, really, and also too, the producers and our directors were absolutely amazing. And they really, really like kind of like buckled me in. They were like, you got this, let's do it. And I was like, okay. It was really, really great. I think the most like rewarding and like the most intense and kind of just like whoosh moment that ever happened was when I was giving like the, are you gonna be a loser or are you gonna try and change your destiny, like, or your fate? That I remember, like, there was one take where we did it and I just like felt like my like chest and my face and like my heart just like light like on fire, and I could see that I was like physically making connection with all of like the guys, and it was like really, really cool. So that was the most rewarding. I'll never forget that feeling or that day. And then I think the most challenging, or it really wasn't challenging, but it was just like intense and a lot. We were on the Ironclad filming the Scylla Charybdis, like sailing through the Sea of Monsters. And we were on, you know, the like front of the ship and getting blasted at every angle with like ginormous water cannons at like, I don't know, like maybe like 80% power. And so like, I'm screaming, my voice is gone. I'm like doing the deck gun, Walker's at the front, like being a freaking superhero or whatever. And like on top of all of this, like there's rain and we have like makeup and they put this fake dirt stuff in my scalp for my braids. So we're doing this and it's all intense and like my eyes are just burning because all of the makeup and like the alcohol from my scalp is going into my eye. But we got the shot and it helped with the realism of the scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the most challenging.
You know, it's sometimes the most remarkable ones are the most challenging ones. I think that one of the most difficult scenes, just in terms of writing it and figuring out how it would look, was probably the scene with the sirens, when Percy and Annabeth have to face these singing monsters that sort of get into your head and enchant you. And in the book, it's one way, and the fans of the books are very, very protective of that scene. So we knew we needed to honor it. But we also needed to find a way to make it work on the screen. And that required us to sort of shift our thinking a bit. So that was challenging, but I think the way it came out, I think both book fans and general viewers will be very, very pleased. I like it a lot.
The chariot races were incredibly challenging to stage. The Scylla and Charybdis, everything felt like a pretty big challenge. I don't know, sitting there, I again, Polyphemus Island, I felt like what was a big challenge to pull off, and we were out there, and it was really windy.
But it was beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Hoping equipment didn't blow away in the wind.
Because we wanted it. We wanted it to be like very different palette, right? For each part of this. So it was Scylla and Charybdis. Was stormy and rain and wind and craziness, and then we wanted the. By the time we got to Polyphemus's island, we wanted it to feel like kind of a deserted island, and it's drier, and that's hard in the winter in British Columbia. So we had to kind of go inland a bunch, about 4 to 5 hours drive to find that, to get the right feel and the right look. But that's always how, we all challenge each other, and our crew is up for the task, and it's like whatever's going to feel right for telling the story, let's figure it out and do it, and everybody's all in.
Gray sisters?
Okay, put me down, big guy.
He said, put him down.
Annabeth? What are you... Whoa, Tyson, both of you stop!
Wait a minute. You know this Cyclops?
It's okay, put me down.
You're Annabeth. Percy talks about you all the time.
Tyson?
You look at a picture all the time, right?
I
thought you were in Virginia with your dad. What's going on?
You didn't have the dream?
About Grover?
About camp.
Percy Jackson Season 2 is gonna be epic.
It's gonna be much more intense.
Audiences are gonna love how action-packed this season is.
It's just so exciting and adventurous.
Everything has changed.
This season, it represents the unknown, uncertainty.
Search for meaning.
Fighting for what you think is right.
They're trying to find their place, but they don't know where they're at.
These were some of the most gorgeous sets I've ever seen. There's not an inch of Polyphemus' cave that hasn't been thought out.
The Andromeda, easily one of the coolest sets I've worked on.
The Ironclad was literally ripped out of the book.
That entire Scylla Charybdis fight, it's epic in every sense of the word.
It's on another level.
This is gonna be phenomenal.
Absolutely colossal.
I feel like I'm 11 again. I'm not asking for help. I'm not asking for permission. And I'm not gonna let anything stand in my way. You guys get nightmares, right? I usually get ones that tell me the future. Or try to kill me. My name is Percy Jackson.
You didn't have the dream?
About Grover?
About camp.
The danger the camp is under is greater than you can possibly imagine.
What about Grover? You know where he is?
The Grey Sisters see all.
They only have one eye.
Look who's talking.
I'll see you out there.
Look, poisoned her.
If the tree falls, the barrier falls, then camp won't be open to any attack. Save Grover. Percy, you gotta find me. Save camp.
For the key to our survival, you must quest to the Sea of Monsters.
We take care of each other. That's what real heroes do.
Kill the son of Poseidon.
Sorry!
You can't give up on your family.
Perseus, don't underestimate yourself.
I'm not gonna let some stupid monsters stand in my way.